Well, how are you going to do Valentine's Day on a budget? I love this old tank top. It's one of my oldest tank tops that I got after my weight loss, and it still fits. The sequins are slowly falling off the heart, and when it falls off, I'll totally be brokenhearted. I'm just partially brokenhearted now. But for you out there who've asked your bombshell, help, Valentine's Day is coming. I heard your cry. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you that it's not about the Vermont teddy bears that you might receive if you're dating. Not about a pajamagram that you might receive if you're married and dating. Because once you get married, the dating should not stop. You still should need your time away from the kids. See what I'm saying? And then I would tell you, you don't need to go out there and spend a bunch of money on flowers that you don't need a bed of roses, 'cause roses wither away. Take a little bit of advice from Faith Hill. Anyway, you can go to your local Dollar General and find some amazing buys, okay? They have cards for 50 cents. So if you can't recall on construction paper the very first moment that you met your Valentine, which you should, because that would help you get out of the doghouse. Just saying. If you can't recall the very first moment or the very first thing that you said to your Valentine, then what you need to do is go get one of those cards that's very uneventful and already has a written message in it for 50 cents and get it prepared for your Valentine. Do it now because, time's a ticking. The closer you wait to Valentine's Day, the selection is going to go down. Now, I'm going to help you with inexpensive, how do you do it on a budget. Now, they have solar dancing characters. Okay, look at this. For $1. This is the one I got my grandpa because he has Peanut. He needs to get me one that looks like Sammy, so I will have that one. But anyway, it says, I woof you. And it's a solar dancing character. He can put this in the window and it says, Happy Valentine's Day for $1. Now, your Valentine doesn't need to know that it was $1. Take it off there. But you spend a whole $1. You can throw in a lottery ticket. Instant scratch off if they like them. Take, for instance, that one in the other room. Just saying. Now, for you lovey-dovey couples out there, and I'm a hopeless romantic, so I buy a gift every year. Whether it gets used or not, it goes to the side. So if I ever do get a Valentine, he's going to have a very, very good year. Just saying. This is the one I got my Valentine. And look at the price, kids. $3.50. They are solar kissing bears. Okay? Again, your Dollar General has this for $3.50 before they sell out. Go down there, get a set of this, get a card, and you're done. You don't need a whole heck of a lot. Now, of course, I've always been asked, well, Donna, your Vermont teddy bear, no man's ever going to top that. Mike outdid every guy that you'll ever know. Not true. Mike could give me the best gifts in the world, but the one thing that mattered most was him right here. And I never had that. I never had a date on Valentine's Day. We always had calls and the internet, but we never had a date on the town or, dinner and a movie or nothing like that. And that I feel cheated out of. So, yeah, all the gifts that are expensive, girls, are great, okay? Congratulations, go you. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if they don't treat you like you're the be-all, end-all. There's nobody else that can measure up to you. And instead of being second place, be in first place and mattering every which way that matters. So remember that. I don't want to read one of these questions that says, I wanted a ring and he got me a Ring doorbell. How unappreciative. Be grateful he took the time and effort to even remember the holiday. Chances are he asked me for ideas and he didn't really listen to what you wanted. And I tried to help him and I didn't hardly know you, so he went out there and got you the first thing that he could think of. But some of these men don't even remember February 14th. They don't put the effort in it. And that's so disheartening. Now, my grandpa always would say, I never bought your grandma a rose, and in all my 72 years, I ain't going to start now. That's the way he would do it. But one year, down there at B&D, they had this heart wreath, and I'll never forget it. He got it for Grandma for $2.50. And he only did it because it was $2.50. I'm not lying. It's the truth. We walked in there to the house here, and she looked at him, and she goes, what did you do wrong? She even forgot it was February 14th. So, sometimes the shoe does get on the other foot. But it's always best to be prepared. Even if you don't have a Valentine, like myself, be prepared. Because you don't know. And it's something that's not that personal. Just a cutie-wootsy little thing. So, it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. That's what I've always said. And so, everybody's asked me, how much does those Vermont teddy bears cost? Because, they want to go out and get one. I can only tell you the price it was back in the day. Because as you get older, when you get ancient, now in the 40 era, 40-something, the funny thing is, teddy bears are great, but they gather dust when you don't have children. When you don't have the ability to, give it to someone that would really appreciate it and take the time to change the little outfits and make them look all adorable every single day, or have the money to buy the little outfits to make them look adorable every single day, then the bear is going to be like it is now, in a box, so the value doesn't go down, with the card. Of course, the chocolate's gone that came with it. I gave it to Grandpa when it came. But, things like that are overwhelming that they go out and spend that much money. But I really want people, when I went through my credit card counseling, they just knocked this home, that don't overspend on holidays. It's not about how much you can break the bank. It's about how much you can make a person realize that they matter to you with the smallest of details, because if they don't realize that with a simple card and a simple gift, then guess what? That's not right, and it's not proper, and it's not prudent. That person doesn't appreciate you as the person that you are. They're taking advantage of you and what you give, because they're like, oh, if they're going to give me more gifts, then I can treat them like crap and get more in return. Don't be the doormat, okay? Be a lady that you want to be like so grateful that they took time out of their day to go out and get you a single rose. Look at The Bachelor. He gives people a rose and they like, oh my goodness, I get another date, Or, look at, just everyday things. With my grandparents, they didn't always have gifts every day. They couldn't afford it. They went through the Depression together. You know what I'm saying? So the gift of their time together, making memories, matter more than anything else in this world. I'm not knocking, the cards and the gifts. I mean, they're nice. But later on, these things gather dust too. They break if they fall. But what doesn't break? Your heart, if you spend it the right way. Don't spend the dollars and the cents. Spend time with each other. Spend the effort of just simply remembering. I always say get a card. Make it out of construction paper. On the front, write Happy Valentine's Day. On the inside, take a sheet of construction paper. Write down the very first memory that you have of either meeting that person face to face, online, text message, whatever. And you will be surprised at the reaction you get. Because to me, I know I'm all Hallmark girl watching, hopeless romantic. But you know what? To me, that would matter more than any Vermont teddy bear. Now, with that piece of advice, I hope I've helped everyone. I'm going to probably keep doing this until Valentine's Day. I love you all.